Are we dating?
Perhaps.
Yeah! Hey guys, and welcome to our very late Q&A / anniversary / season 1 finale announcement special.
For those of you who are new, there's apparently a lot of you, this is our Expresso series where we express on weird subreddits and other things online, but today we are reacting to you guys.
Stay tuned till the end to get a preview of what we're calling Season 2!
Without further ado, roll the intro. Are you planning to do a demon mythology or horror movies character? Will you be doing caffeinated mythologies again? Will you be doing another long content video? Or will you still do Norse myths?
We plan on revisiting a lot of these in the future. After the 100th caffeinated short, like we said earlier, we're thinking of starting Caffeinated Season 2, where we'll be revamping a bunch of stuff.
From short to long form videos, we're interested in going back to a lot of our requested myths, and horror movies does sound really intriguing. As for Norse and Demon Week, we are looking into it, but it'll definitely speed up once Loki Season 2 comes out, or maybe when Mephisto's confirmed.
As for our favorite stories so far, the Fairy Tales week, in my opinion, is one of the most creative weeks we've done, I guess, and it'd be nice to revisit it sometime, but
I personally really like the Ningen and Fresno stories, mostly because of how weirdly ridiculous they sound, and also because I'm a fan of internet urban legends.
Are you guys gonna do these things?
We do plan on getting to these and a lot of other requests on our videos sometime. They're just about 100 requests, so stay tuned. We're trying our best to get to all of them, and some of them even have a little something extra.
Isn't that right, guys?
We're working on it.
What are your short-term goals and long-term goals for this channel? Do you guys have any ideas or planning to play games for the account?
Short-term goals, if we're not already there, it would be getting to 1,000 subs. We could even push that to 100k subs, who knows. We want to get to a point where we can do this caffeine thing full-time without much worry. Long-term goals, we do have a lot planned, including showing some stories of our own and getting to know you guys better.
We are planning on playing video games at some point. We're just trying to figure out how it works. And if you guys want a face reveal, 100,000 subscribers.
Apparently some of you guys wanted to know the little history of our little cup icon.
So, I'm addicted to coffee, and we both like spooky things. So the idea was to get coffee and coffin and merge it together, making Koffeine, changing the C to a K because it looked cool. But it was only after we put up the Backrooms video that we realized Koffeine is German for coffee, I think. So, too late to back out from that now.
I feel like it should have been obvious from the start for us, so that was our bad. So to that one guy who uses the hashtag Koffeine to promote their coffee on TikTok, we're sorry, we did not think this through.
As for the cup, it's our official channel mascot. It's supposed to be like a little skull thing with like 2 sugar cubes in the shape of coffins on the top. Here's some rough designs if you guys want to check it out. It's actually the first thing we worked on, the old intro and the designs, but we ended up taking it out because it was a bit too long.
As for the names, we've been throwing around ideas like Muggy, Scully, or even Koffeine, but if you guys want to recommend some names, we'll pick a few and run a poll, and you guys can decide. What's your favorite video? Can you describe to me why you love it so much and describe it in as much detail as possible? In
terms of story, it's the fairy tales. I used to do poetry in school, so the rhyming was really fun. But in terms of videos, it has to be Monster Week because it just started out as a homage to Godzilla for the release of Godzilla vs. Kong because we were so hyped. But it blew up on TikTok, which led to all of you guys, so it was actually really great. It was also the proto-caffeinated series, which really helped jumpstart everything, so yeah.
That was a really deep answer, and I love that, but I would say mine is still the Ningen and the Fresno, because of how ridiculous it was. It also had a lot of our personal artwork into it, more so than the past videos, and I liked how it pushed a story and lore of like caffeine, like our little caffeine thing as well. I also think the doodle funny. What is the most idiotic thing you've done? Aside from most things I've done in my life, I would have to say the doorknob.
For me, it's the funeral terror shot. It fascinates me. It's such a bizarre creature, but the whole thing is just so weird.
Have you ever encountered one of the mythical creatures? Well, Z sees ghosts, but I don't think he's encountered what we've talked about.
We're also at the vantage point of a certain mountain we've covered here before. Not gonna say which one, but there you go. We can also kind of say that we've seen the moon eaters because we can see the moon where we are right now. And as you guys can remember, we made a video on the lunar eclipse a couple months ago. So does that count?
When scrolling your YouTube comments, what are the things that you see that warm your heart? Great invention, Mr. Carver. But the name, what's wrong with sticky nut juice? Everything. Every fucking thing.
Aside from that, every comment warms our hearts generally, both good and bad. Because we've seen a few negative comments. We just like the idea of people actually just watching our videos enough to like comment. So like that really, really warms our heart. And to you, Fabulousjumper, you started commenting at a time when we were considering quitting. So your comments really motivated us because, wow, yeah, thank you.
We really try to comment on every comment that we see because we honestly didn't expect that a lot of you guys would watch and even enjoy our work. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. What is your least and most viewed video?
Unfortunately for me, on TikTok, our most viewed video is a skit about how I want to date a doorknob, and that was entirely Z's idea.
No, it wasn't. Our most viewed video on YouTube are The Beast of Busco, so thanks Comic the Turtle for suggesting that, and we did not know how that happened, but you know, we're grateful nonetheless.
In terms of our least viewed videos, on TikTok we aren't sure on which exactly, but it's probably our very first videos. And on YouTube, it's the Siren Head short, specifically the one with Some Ordinary Gamers and the Top 15 Burger King Foot Lettuce skit. For longer videos, we think it's Lover's Lane. How do you calculate your times? What do you think about when you're trying to know how long it is going to take you to edit it?
We normally gauge it through our past edits. Like, the Backrooms took a month and a half, but our recent videos, like the Hachichaku-sama and the Fresno Nightcrawler, took roughly 3 days each. It really depends on how much content is needed to make the video.
For the shorts video, before it would take us like a whole day to make just one video, but now we found a way to make a bulk of them in a day fairly quickly, but the most time-consuming thing is the research and the drawing itself.
Unless we get burned out, that is. Then it takes weeks or even months, as you've noticed.
How did you get your inspiration for your animation, art, and what inspired you to make art, the YouTube, and a TikTok channel?
Well, in terms of art, my inspirations are definitely stuff like Brian Lee O'Malley, Van Reppa, and old 20s and 30s cartoons, because those are what I studied for my art style, and I really like 20s, 30s cartoons. How about you, Lisa?
I get a lot of my inspiration from anime I used to watch as a kid. It may not show a lot of the time, but or in high school host clubs, definitely there. Long-legged anime people, generally, and anything that sparkles. My biggest inspiration as an artist, though, would be Yume, mostly because she was the first ever artist that I followed on the interwebs as a digital artist, way back when, in the DeviantArt times.
As for the channel, when the big panini happened, there was a lot of uncertainty with what was in store in the future. And we've been planning on making a YouTube channel since 2019, so we just decided to go for it, and here we are.
As for TikTok, I got it as a joke, and I pushed Z into it, and now we're both in deep, and here we are. Who, what, how do you animate, and what do you use to draw?
So we do all the animations. It really depends on the project, but most of the time Lisa does all the assets and I do all the editing.
We use Clip Studio Paint EX for the art and some animation, and DaVinci Resolve for about everything else.
How long have you been making animations, and how long did it take for you to be decent at drawing and animation?
Yay, we're decent! In terms of art, we've actually been doing this since we were kids, technically.
We both learned stuff online, like Manga University, right?
Manga University, all those how to draw manga books.
But when I graduated, I found an animation workshop in a studio that taught me how to do the whole animation process and got me involved in the industry. I eventually brought Lisa in not long after. I wouldn't say we're amazing, but I'm glad you liked it.
I guess in terms of like actual animation, like serious, well, sort of serious work, I've been doing it since 2018, 2019. But before that, I've only been doing illustrations. Can you please tell us what you did on the first day of animation school and what you were feeling? Well, I joined the same workshop as Z, but months later, and it was surreal. I actually graduated from literature, so it felt really different for me, despite taking summer art classes when I was a kid, so it was quite different.
I walked in thinking it was a job interview. I dressed up for a job interview. Turns out it was a school, and I was really nervous on the first day. I showed my OCs to the class and to a bunch of directors who worked on stuff like Impossible. And I made a lot of friends, I guess.
If you are thinking of going to animation school, be prepared to throw everything you thought you knew out the window, as is with a lot of schools. And carpal tunnel syndrome.
Yay!
Yay! Arm pain, back pain. If you were to have your very own animated series and you can make anything you want, what would they be? Funny you should say that. One of our long-term goals was to actually show our stories here. We were thinking of posting some of them as webcomics first, but eventually moving into little animated skits, so yeah, we have a lot of ideas, but one step at a time.
One of the ideas we were thinking about was actually something that will reveal my true identity. I, in fact, am Zetsu Bunny. Dun dun dun. Which is why my name is Z, and it's the YouTube account I use to interact with people incognito here. So if I commented on you guys as using the handle hi. With that being said, I used to run a webcomic series somewhere online if you can find my Tapastic. We're planning on rebooting some of them. And here's something I was working on last year that I want to continue on soon. So if you guys want more, let us know in the comments.
Can you give me an underrated animated series that you think deserves a lot more appreciation from an animation perspective?
Big Top Burger. We are big fans of Big Top Burger. It's from Worth It Kids on YouTube. And to think he created something that is really awesome, like just by himself with probably a small team. It's amazing.
Now there's some anime, like Way of the House has been on Netflix, and it's not anime, I think, because it's listed as a motion comic in Japan. And it really goes to show that you can tell a story like that, just being a little more creative in how you present the animation. And Space Patrol Luluko. It's a wild ride, and the animation, everything's just so frantic, it's incredible. It sparkles a lot.
A lot of the shows that we said right now is not really traditionally animated in the way we often praise Glen Keane or James Baxter, but it's more with how innovative the medium is used in storytelling, with which we've been studying given our own stuff. We're just two people and we're trying to put these things out.
Can anybody hear me? Is there someone? There's someone here! Help! How do you draw those feet? My art style with feet is just vague triangle shape. I don't like drawing feet.
For me, I just took references from stuff like Panty and Stocking and Hanako-kun because I like the daikon legs aesthetic. But if you guys want, we're also playing around with ideas of making tutorials or something. So if that's something you're interested in, let us know.
Are you Filipino, and what are your nationality? What's your nationality?
Well, there's a simple answer to that.
Hi.
Hello there.
Please breathe.
Okay, for the next couple questions, we're just gonna answer through them really quickly for the interest of time, so let's go!
We got Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, which we still need to figure out, and we're thinking about going on ArtStation too.
Team Danganronpa, DreamWorks, and William Street.
I like the Cartoon Saloon for their art style.
SCP-507, the Reluctant Dimension Hopper.
I really like the Plague Fellow. The Bodies in the Water is pretty freaky.
055.
There's a... what?
What?
The Rake? Yeah, the Rake.
Psychosis and Noah in the House. Some Ordinary Gamers is the closest thing I've watched consistently over the past decade or so.
Dan and Phil, please don't ask me why. Chocolates, pastries, and Japanese food.
Meat, crispy things, and anything I can sink my teeth into.
I like ducks, but now I like a lot of animals. Cats, dogs, foxes, birds, magpies, owls.
Nobody asked, but mine's turtles and fennec foxes.
A meal.
Depression. Wet.
Everything's fine.
We got videos right here.
perhaps...
Redacted. Redacted.
Cheese dog.
What did you say about my mother?
And I love you, random citizen! And that's all the questions we have so far. Sorry if we didn't get to yours, but before we continue, we'd like to thank the following people as they've helped out the channel one way or another. The 4 Horsewomen. Hello there, Pestilence, fellow D&D buddy, and someone who always supports our stuff.
Mike's Reacts, another D&D buddy, and Lisa's emotional support. Check her out and her music video meltdowns.
Yeah, bruh. Always there for moral support and overall a great dude. Watch him destroy Super Mario Bros. On his streams on YouTube and Twitch.
Deterorius, old college roommate who helped me out with a lot of the channel logistics at the start. Check out his travel vlogs if you guys want.
Thank you, Planetary Facts, for your full support. We are both proud of how far you've really come, and we are coming after you. Kame the Turtle, thanks for all the support on our videos. If you guys are interested into furry videos, go check his stuff out.
And finally, but certainly not the least, Fabulousjumper. Like we said, your comments got us through a lot of hard times earlier this year, and we'd like to showcase her artwork here because she's a really big supporter of the channel.
And here are some other amazing work from a lot of you guys that have kept us afloat since the very beginning.
So to everyone who was mentioned here and to all of you guys who have been watching us, new or old, we look forward to continuing to entertain you, and we definitely had a lot of fun starting this whole thing.
With that being said, here's a preview of what's to come in Season 2.
Thanks for all your support, and we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys!